I'm going to do a quick review of my pedal board and the gear on it. And it's going to be as quick as I can make it. I use a Pedaltrain Pro as the board, and I have this little just power strip in there, and I have two 1-spots powering up the pedals, two of them, and separately, and that's plenty of power, and it works fine for me. I've got no noise, I got no issues with it. Yeah, I don't have a pedal power or any of that, which would be nice, but I haven't needed it, and I'm happy with it. And I keep a spare 1-spot with me if anything ever failed. So far so good. I'm playing through this Fender American Deluxe 2011 model with the N1 noiseless pickups, and I'm also using a Audio Technica wireless system. It's a pretty cheap one. It's $100, and I use this little case, this Neotech case I bought to protect the cheesy little receiver it has, or whatever you call this pack that it has, because it is a cheesy, cheap $100 one, but it works okay. The model number is it's a 200 series Audio Technica ATW R250, and it's working so far so good. I'm playing this into my Bogner half stack. It has a 20 and 40 watt setting. Got it set on 20, and I got the volume about as low as I can make it. So you're not getting the full quality of sound by any stretch on this demo, but so I'm not trying to do a high fidelity demo. I'm just trying to show you my board. But just letting you know, it's got two 12s in it. It's a half stack, an A and B channel, and that's what this black box down here controls. I have the A channel, which is clean, with a little bit of distortion, very little. And then I have the B channel that sometimes I'll use every now and then. And the boost is nice. It's not too much, but sometimes you're looking for more volume and you're looking for buttons to kick, and that's one you can do. Now it has a built-in delay, which I really like. This one's analog. I got it set up with a nice little analog ambiance, and I use that on certain things that I do. And then the reverb, so I don't have a reverb on my board. The amp has a nice little reverb, so it does the trick. I'll turn that off, and so we have a clean. This is as clean as it gets for me. Alright, so the first thing it goes into is this Ernie ball Junior. I have an old Ernie ball, a big heavy one, but this one's much nicer. It's smaller, more compact, and it's not on any pedal loop. This is a pedal loop controller. I'm going to explain to you, but the first thing that the signal goes into is my volume pedal. After that, it travels to the noise suppressor, into the in part of the noise suppressor. From there, I send it down to the Loop Master. This is a Loop Master custom-made pedal from a company called Loop Masters out of Kentucky. The guy, Brian, builds them by hand. Does a really nice job. They're made out of aluminum. It's lightweight, but it feels like it's built like a tank, and it's just sturdy and light. You know, like it's an airplane quality, and it's all riveted, and it is very well made. I'm very happy with it. I have it strapped down with zip ties and Velcro, and the thing doesn't move at all. So it's very solid the way I got it set up, but because it's kind of lightweight, I wanted to make sure it wasn't moving, so I got it really battened down pretty good. I use Planet Waves on my cable system. I've been very happy with them, and so I didn't want to change them. I think they're cool looking. I'm sure there are better ones, you know, George L's and stuff out there, but anyway, I'm using the Planet Waves, and I'm perfectly good with it. So from here, it goes to the noise suppressor, which then goes down to the Loop Master. The Loop Master, then it goes through all the different, each loop is assigned through them, and then it returns back to the noise suppressor and then to the amp, so that everything on this board is running through the noise suppressor except the volume pedal. And that's the way I like it. That's the way I do it. And I have no problem with tone problems whatsoever, or noise problems. Another thing that it helps is when you're pushing buttons, it actually helps quiet the switch noise too. I don't know if you knew that, but I didn't know that until I actually tried it. But it does. It quiets the noise in all kinds of ways. Hopefully it's not sucking much tone. I can't notice it too much. Alright, so then the first button here is a tuner. It goes to my Pitch Black by Korg, and I really like this tuner. It's big and it's bold and it's easy to see from a mile away, and that's what I like about it, and it's very accurate. Next, and of course when you push it, it mutes and goes right to the unit. So you keep it on all the time. All the pedals stay on when you have a switch controller like this. Next is the bypass. Bypass just shuts anything that's on. If you want it off in a hurry, or you just want to run straight to your amp, this bypasses everything on the pedal board. So if I hit that, it's going to bypass it. If I hit that, it's going to pick them back up. So you could preset, you know, let's say you want all these on at one time. Then you come to a quiet part. So you can use the bypass switch that way. Sometimes I don't use it at all. It just stays there in case I need it. First loop is a wah-wah, and I have a Crybaby. I think it's a 935Q if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty versatile because you can adjust a lot of settings. You have this here, and you have other settings over here to adjust how much wah you want in there, and where it starts and ends, and you know how much tone you're changing. It's very versatile. And then it also, what I like, has a booster. So if you're going to kick into a wah lead, for example, you keep the booster on. So if you're playing along, and then you're going into a wah lead, when you kick into that, it gives you a boost automatically. So I like that feature. So you're not kicking other buttons while you're going into a wah lead. In that same loop, I have this harmonizer. I have it set on, it's made by Behringer, and it does all kinds of harmonizing things, and it's kind of a multi-use pedal. But I have it on that whammy sound. And it's cute in case I ever want to add something different for effect. After the wah, I have my compressor, and it's a Dyna comp. And I got it set where the output's high, but the sensitivity is down a little bit lower. I don't want to compress it too much. I like the sound for certain things. And so it's there whenever I need it. And plus it really adds a lot if you're going to do a lead too. If you want more sustained. So anyway, you can once you learn to use a compressor, you can't do without them. Next, in this little white box here, I've got. By the way, I just took white tape, electrical tape, and took a Sharpie and just wrote the names of what's on there as I get used to it. The Loopmaster has its own little loop names on there, loop 1 through 8, and then a bypass and tuner. But I just want something very easy to read and see and then get used to it. I even put colors on there to help me at first, just to get used to the pedal board. I'm already gotten used to a lot of it now. And I put these white stripes in here to give me a box. These are my distortion box, or technically I'm not using distortion, I'm using overdrive, but and I'll definitely double them up and use them separately because each one has a different sound. So the BB Preamp is a really cool pedal. And it has the tone controls here, EQ of treble and bass, as well as the volume and gain. And this BB Preamp goes from a very clean sound to a very distorted. So it has a lot of gain dynamics. The second one is an Overdrive Boss OD3. I love this thing. I mean, it really has a nice bluesy. I got a little bit tinny right now, but it really has. I use it more of like a boost on top of my preamp. Set on the absolute lowest volume I can, and I could still get some feedback out of this setup. So I'm real happy with it. Next is the Chrorus, which is a MXR M234. I don't put a lot of Chrorus on my stuff, but I love the sound of this. It's a MXR Phase 90. Again, it's just a classic phaser. Delay. This Flashback by TC Electronic is a newer model of the Flashback, and this thing is like super deluxe. There's no way I could use all of it, but I just wanted it so bad. And I got a really good price on it, and so I couldn't resist. It has all kinds of settings right now. I have it like set on a preset from analog, but if I it's got all kinds of settings here, so there are different kinds of delays, and then the intensities and all that, and then it has a looper too. So I mean, this thing here would take me all day to show you alone, but for now I just keep it on this analog setting here, because when I get to like a lead, it's like just want to do like a regular lead, I'll kick this other delay that's on my guitar on my amp. So anyway, delay, a lot of fun. And then last but not least is my booster. It's an MXR micro amp, and basically for whenever you need some. So it's there for you. Well, anyway, I think that covers everything. And I appreciate you watching and your support, and I'll see you on the tube.